Pierce Brosnan has been dressing better than almost anyone in Hollywood for over 4 decades, and he's still doing it. That's what makes him the perfect style study for men over 40. This isn't about capturing a moment in time. It's about understanding an approach that works whether you're 45 or 72. Brosnan first caught attention as Remington Steele in 1982, defined an era as James Bond through the late 90s and early 2000s, and today still shows up to premieres and events looking better than men half his age. The secret isn't complicated. Brosnan understood early that style isn't about chasing trends or dressing for attention. It's about fit, quality, and consistency. He found what worked: tailored suits, quality fabrics, classic silhouettes, and refined it across decades rather than reinventing it every few years. What separates Brosnan from other well-dressed actors is how effortless it looks. His clothes never wear him. Whether it's a double-breasted blazer at a film premiere or a linen shirt on vacation, everything appears natural, comfortable, and completely intentional. That ease comes from knowing exactly what works for his frame, his coloring, and his lifestyle. Today I'm breaking down 10 essential elements of Pierce Brosnan's style, from his signature navy suits to his grooming standards. Each one includes a product recommendation linked below. This is style that improves with age. Let's study how it's done. 1. The navy suit. If there's one garment that defines Pierce Brosnan's style, it's the navy suit. When costume designer Lindy Hemming dressed Brosnan for Goldeneye in 1995, she chose Brioni, the legendary Italian house, known for impeccable tailoring and luxurious fabrics. The signature look that emerged was a navy birdseye suit that became synonymous with Brosnan's Bond across all 4 films. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't trendy, it was simply perfect. The navy birdseye fabric offers subtle texture without pattern. From a distance, it reads as solid navy. Up close, the tiny alternating weave creates visual depth that flat fabrics can't match. It's sophisticated without being obvious, exactly the kind of detail that separates exceptional suiting from merely good suiting. Brosnan's suits featured slightly lower button stances than typical Italian cuts, creating a more relaxed and modern silhouette. The shoulders were natural but defined. The trousers had proper rise and subtle taper. Nothing extreme, nothing dated, nothing that screamed any particular decade. For men over 40, the navy suit remains the most versatile option available. It works for business, for weddings, for dinners, virtually any occasion requiring tailoring. Navy flatters every skin tone. It photographs beautifully. One perfect navy suit outperforms 3 mediocre alternatives. The CULTUM navy suit captures this philosophy: soft construction and the timeless silhouette Brosnan defined. Start where Brosnan started. Get the navy suit right. 2. The double-breasted blazer. Brosnan brought the double-breasted jacket back before it was fashionable to do so. While single-breasted dominated the 90s, Brosnan consistently reached for double-breasted options, on screen and off. The wider lapels, the wrapped front, the strong shoulder line created instant presence. He understood that double-breasted wasn't old-fashioned, it was powerful. What makes Brosnan's approach work is how he wears it. Often with an open collar rather than a tie, sometimes with suede loafers instead of formal Oxfords. The jacket provides the structure while everything else relaxes around it. It's power dressing without stiffness, authority without trying too hard. The double-breasted silhouette flatters most body types, particularly men who've filled out through the middle. The overlapping front creates a longer visual line. The peaked lapels draw eyes upward toward the face. The overall effect is commanding without being costume-like. Fit remains critical. Double-breasted jackets that are too large look dated immediately. The modern approach is closer to the body, not tight but tailored. The shoulders should follow your natural line. The button stance should sit at your actual waist. The length should cover your seat without extending too far. For casual versatility, a navy double-breasted blazer works with everything from gray flannels to dark jeans. TODD SNYDER double-breasted blazer delivers the silhouette with American ease, structured enough for impact, relaxed enough for regular wear. Own the room without raising your voice. 3. The white dress shirt. Brosnan's Bond films featured Turnbull and Acer shirts, and for good reason. The white dress shirt is the foundation everything else builds on. Brosnan understood this instinctively. While his suits varied slightly across films, the white shirt remained constant. It's the canvas that makes everything else work. Get it right, and your entire presentation elevates. Get it wrong, and nothing above or below can compensate. The details matter. Brosnan's shirts featured spread collars with enough structure to hold their shape throughout the day. The collar framed his face without competing for attention. The points were substantial but not extreme. This is the collar that works with and without ties, under suits and under casual jackets. Fabric quality shows immediately in white shirts. Cheap cotton looks flat, wrinkles aggressively, and yellows within months. Quality cotton has depth, maintains crispness, and actually improves with proper laundering. The difference is visible from across the room and becomes more visible as the day progresses. Fit should skim the body without excess fabric. Brosnan's shirts showed approximately half an inch of cuff below his jacket sleeves, the correct amount that signals attention to detail. The collar sat clean against his neck without gapping or pulling. Build your foundation with quality white shirts. 5 excellent ones outperform 20 mediocre alternatives. J.CREW white poplin shirt is the actual choice. American craftsmanship, perfect collar structure, the shirt that dressed Brosnan himself. White isn't boring. White is essential. 4. The Cashmere Overcoat. When Brosnan needed outerwear, he reached for cashmere. The heavy Melton wool overcoats of previous eras gave way to something softer and more luxurious in Brosnan's wardrobe. Cashmere overcoats, typically in navy or charcoal, became his signature outer layer. The fabric drapes beautifully, feels exceptional, and communicates quality without shouting about it. The silhouette Brosnan favors is clean and classic, single-breasted with notched lapels, length hitting mid-thigh or just below the knee. Minimal detailing. No excessive buttons, no flashy linings visible at every turn. The coat does its job elegantly and disappears into the overall presentation. Cashmere offers practical advantages beyond aesthetics. Despite its lightweight feel, quality cashmere provides genuine warmth. The fabric moves with you rather than fighting your movements. It travels well, resisting wrinkles better than heavier wools. For men who move through airports, meetings, and evening events in a single day, these qualities matter. Color choice follows the same restraint. Navy cashmere works with virtually everything in a tailored wardrobe. Charcoal provides an alternative that's equally versatile. Camel offers warmth for those whose complexion suits it. Beyond these 3, you're into territory that limits rather than expands your options. An exceptional overcoat lasts decades with proper care. The investment makes sense. Paul Smith's Cashmere Blend Overcoat offers the silhouette and quality at an accessible price. The elegant outer layer that completes any tailored look. Let your outerwear match your suiting standards. 5. The Turtleneck. Brosnan mastered the art of the roll neck sweater. The turtleneck, or roll neck in British parlance, became one of Brosnan's signatures both on-screen and off. It's the piece that bridges formal and casual, providing the sophistication of a dress shirt collar with the ease of knitwear. Under a double-breasted blazer, it creates the kind of refined, casual look that Brosnan executes better than almost anyone. Fabric makes everything here. Cashmere is the standard for good reason. It sits flat against the neck without bulk, drapes cleanly under jackets, and feels exceptional against skin. Merino wool offers a more durable alternative at a lower price point. Cotton turtlenecks exist but rarely achieve the same refinement. Color selection should stay within the foundations. Navy, charcoal, cream, and black cover virtually every context. These tones work under suits, under blazers, and alone with tailored trousers. They layer without creating color conflicts. Brosnan rarely strayed beyond this palette for good reason. Fit requires attention. The turtleneck should skim your torso without clinging. The neck itself should sit comfortably without choking. The sleeves should hit at your wrist bone. Too loose and you look sloppy. Too tight and you look uncomfortable. The sweet spot is a clean line that allows movement. This is the piece that takes an outfit from expected to elevated with zero additional effort. N.PEAL Cashmere Roll. Neck is the British standard, the quality and fit that makes the turtleneck a legitimate style statement. Skip the tie. Reach for the roll neck. If Brosnan's approach to style resonates with you, subscribe now. I break down timeless principles for men over 40. No trends, no hype, just what actually works. Hit subscribe and let's continue. 6. The Omega Seamaster. Brosnan's watch choice transcended his Bond role, and he's still wearing it decades later. When Omega became the official watch of James Bond starting with GoldenEye, it wasn't just product placement. The Seamaster Professional genuinely suited the character and the man playing him. The watch balanced sophistication with capability. Elegant enough for black tie, robust enough for action. Brosnan wore it convincingly because it aligned with his personal aesthetic. What's telling is that Brosnan continues wearing the Seamaster in his personal life, long after the Bond association ended. He's been photographed countless times with the distinctive wave pattern dial and helium escape valve on his wrist. Unlike actors who abandon their on-screen watches the moment cameras stop rolling, Brosnan adopted it genuinely. The Seamaster represents a philosophy that applies beyond watches. It's quality without flash, capability without chest beating, a tool that performs its function beautifully while communicating taste to those who recognize it. The men who know. Everyone else simply sees an elegant watch. For men over 40, the Seamaster offers relevant features. The date complication serves practical purpose. The water resistance means you needn't worry about daily wear. The bracelet dresses up or down depending on context. It's a watch that works across your entire life rather than demanding specific occasions. Size has evolved since Brosnan's Bond era, but the 41mm options remain perfectly proportioned for most wrists. Omega Seamaster 300 meters is the actual watch, the timepiece Brosnan wore as Bond and continues wearing today. Choose the watch that works everywhere. 7. The Suede Loafer. When Brosnan steps away from formal context, the Suede Loafer appears. This is the shoe that bridges his tailored world with relaxed elegance. Brosnan has been photographed repeatedly in suede loafers, often paired with that double-breasted blazer and open-collar shirt combination. The shoes maintain sophistication while signaling that the occasion isn't strictly business. It's power dressing that knows how to relax. Suede offers visual and textural interest that smooth leather can't match. The napped surface catches light differently, creating depth that elevates simple outfits. It reads as considered rather than default. When most men reach for their standard leather loafers, the suede alternative suggests someone who pays attention to details others miss. Color matters here. Brown suede, from chocolate to tobacco to lighter tan, provides the most versatility. It works with navy, gray, charcoal, and earth tones. It pairs with denim as easily as wool trousers. Black suede exists but limits your options significantly. Brown suede expands them. The loafer silhouette itself communicates ease. No laces to tie, no formality to navigate. You slip them on and they work. Combined with suede's relaxed texture, you get a shoe that's appropriate for dinners, for travel, for any context where Oxford formality feels like overkill. Quality suede responds beautifully to care. Regular brushing and occasional protection keeps them looking sharp for years. SCAROSSO Suede Loafer delivers Italian craftsmanship at an accessible price. The sophisticated slip-on that Brosnan reaches for off-duty. Formal enough to matter. Relaxed enough to live in. 8. The Linen Shirt. Brosnan's warm weather wardrobe centers on quality linen. When temperatures rise, most men abandon style for survival. Brosnan demonstrates that this trade-off is false. Linen shirts in white, light blue, and natural tones provide genuine breathability while maintaining the put-together aesthetic he's known for. He proves that looking good and staying cool aren't mutually exclusive. The fabric's natural texture is part of its appeal. Linen wrinkles, that's inevitable and actually part of its charm. Those soft creases communicate authenticity rather than carelessness. The key is starting with a quality garment and wearing it with intention. A wrinkled linen shirt on a man who clearly chose it reads differently than wrinkled cotton on someone who forgot to iron. Fit remains consistent with Brosnan's overall philosophy. The shirt should skim the body without excess. Sleeves can be rolled or worn long. The collar should have enough structure to frame the face even without a tie. Length should allow for wearing tucked or untucked depending on context. Color stays restrained even in summer. White linen is the cornerstone. Light blue provides an alternative that's equally versatile. Natural oatmeal tones work for more casual contexts. Beyond these, you risk standing out for your shirt rather than your overall presence. Linen improves with washing, softening without losing character. Invest in quality and it serves you for years. ORLEBAR brown linen shirt delivers vacation-ready sophistication, the summer essential that maintains standards when heat demands concessions. Summer doesn't excuse abandoning style. 9. The Sunglasses. Brosnan's eyewear choices reflect the same restraint as everything else he wears. You won't find aggressive sport frames or attention-seeking designs on Brosnan's face. Instead, he gravitates toward classic shapes with timeless appeal. Aviators, rounded rectangular frames, and tortoise acetate that complements rather than competes. His sunglasses frame his face without becoming the story. The PERSOL 714, the folding aviator made famous by Steve McQueen, represents the aesthetic Brosnan often embodies. Classic shape, quality construction, zero unnecessary embellishment. These are sunglasses designed by people who understood that eyewear should enhance the wearer, not overwhelm them. Frame proportion matters significantly. Sunglasses should be wide enough to cover your eyes and provide actual protection, but not so wide they extend past your face at the temples. The frames should have substance without bulk. Brosnan's choices consistently hit this balance. Present enough to register as quality, restrained enough to disappear into his overall look. Tortoise shell remains a versatile choice that works with virtually everything in a mature wardrobe. It's softer than black, more interesting than metal, and complements most skin tones and hair colors. As hair silvers as Brosnan's has, tortoise acetate provides warmth that pure black can't match. Quality lenses matter for eye health and visual clarity. Polarization, proper UV protection, and optical quality justify the investment. PERSOL PO 3152S captures this aesthetic. Italian craftsmanship in a shape that's flattered faces for generations. Let your sunglasses frame your face, not define it. 10. The Grooming Standard. Brosnan's style works because everything else works too. Clothing can only carry you so far when grooming undermines it. Brosnan understands this instinctively. His silver hair is always managed but never stiff. His skin looks healthy, not neglected. His overall presentation suggests a man who maintains himself with the same attention he gives his wardrobe. Hair matters more as it changes. Brosnan's embrace of silver, rather than fighting it with dyes, reads as confident and authentic. But it's not just about accepting silver. It's about maintaining it properly. Regular cuts that keep shape, products that add texture without helmet-like stiffness. The goal is hair that looks like hair, well-managed hair. Skincare becomes essential rather than optional after 40. Brosnan's face suggests someone who's protected his skin from sun damage, maintained hydration, and addressed concerns before they became permanent. This doesn't require elaborate routines. Cleanser, moisturizer with SPF, and targeted treatments for specific concerns. 5 minutes morning and evening compounds into significant differences over years. The California lifestyle Brosnan has embraced for decades requires sun protection. Any man spending time outdoors should consider this non-negotiable. The damage you prevent now is damage you won't need to address later. Physical fitness underpins everything. Clothes fit better on maintained frames. Energy and posture improve. The investment in grooming and fitness pays dividends across every aspect of presentation. KIEHL'S Age Defender set provides the skincare essentials: cleanser, moisturizer, and targeted treatment designed specifically for men's skin. Style starts before you get dressed. Pierce Brosnan didn't become one of the best-dressed men in Hollywood by chasing trends or making dramatic statements. He found what worked: quality fabrics, classic silhouettes, perfect fit, and refined it across 4 decades. The result is a style that worked at 40 and still works at 72. The through line across everything Brosnan wears is appropriateness. He matches the occasion without overdressing or underdressing. He commands attention through presence rather than volume. He looks comfortable because his clothes fit his life, not some imagined version of it. For men over 40, this is the most valuable lesson available. Style isn't about looking younger or dressing like you're someone else. It's about presenting the best version of who you actually are. Brosnan at 72 doesn't dress like Brosnan at 42, but the principles remain identical. Start where the impact is highest. If your suits don't fit properly, address that first. If your basics are tired, refresh them. If your grooming has slipped, recommit. Build the foundation and the details follow naturally. You won't become Pierce Brosnan, but you can apply what he understood and achieve your own version of timeless, age-appropriate style. And the next step is simple: click the video on screen. I'll see you there, because style that improves with age requires understanding what actually matters.